The veterans of foreign wars posts 37 through 67 lowered the old flags and put up new flags for the Veterans Memorial Park. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with members of the VFW to learn why it's important for those who served to stick together.
An important day to commemorate those who gave their life.
Today we kind of had a Memorial Day opening ceremony.
Remembering the freedom we have.
Lowered the old flags and raised the new flags.
Jacob Selwood is the commander for the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 3769.
This day is about remembering those who served that did not make it home to be with their families. And this is kind of our way of honoring them.
He, alongside Service Officer Darren Hilton, understand why many use Memorial Day weekend for boating and travel.
It's a 3-day weekend for most people.
But Hilton says it is important to never forget the real reason for the extended weekend.
But to us veterans, and what it should be to everybody, is to remember our war dead.
And memorialize those who lost their lives for it.
We should celebrate this, but then we should remember too, of the purpose of Memorial Day.
Freedom comes at a big price.
1.5% of the population is either veterans or current military active duty.
And while some gave the ultimate sacrifice,
that is a small percentage. We are a family. It does not matter the branch you're in or what your occupation was, we are a family.
It is important for those who are still here to make sure their memory will never go unnoticed.
Veterans take care of veterans.
In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
With the help of a grant from the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs, they hope to have the Veterans Memorial Park finished just in time for Veterans Day. While many of us will enjoy cookouts and maybe some pool time this weekend, it's also important to remember why we get that extra day off work. It's to honor men and women who died serving our country. 2 days before Memorial Day, local Boy Scout troops joined Girl Scouts and members of the community in recognizing these veterans, placing in front of their graves the very thing they fought for at Camp Nelson.
People served in wars that helped this country grow.
And these young ones understanding the importance of Memorial Day for sure. The flags have to be about a foot from the grave, and the youngsters are paying attention to detail, making sure they're placed correctly. Police say a man is accused of vandalizing a Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The man was taken to a Boston hospital for a mental health evaluation. On Thursday, spray-painted graffiti, including swastikas, was found on the stones at the monument. American flags, shrubs, and flowers were also pulled from the ground. Volunteers were able to clean the area just in time for Memorial Day. More than 645,000 poppies were displayed on the National Mall today, honoring every service member lost since World War I. The USAA Poppy Wall of Fame returned for the second year on the National Mall this Memorial Day weekend. The wall is located on the southwest side of the reflecting pool. This year's display also includes a panel commemorating the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the day the Allies invaded Normandy during World War II. Meanwhile, the final Rolling Thunder biker parade took place, ending the group's 3-decade run.
Makes me think about our country and the men and women that protect our country, and that we can't forget them. And so when you look around here, you see what that means and how many people either directly served or have a relative who served, family member, friend, and we have to stop and think about that every day.
Organizers cite increasing cost and frequent alleged harassment from law enforcement while putting out the poppies.
Well, today was definitely a hot and humid one, but for all of us, it was pretty dry today. Let's go ahead and check on satellite and radar because that heat and humidity worked to spark off a couple of showers and storms to our east and to our north. But us here in eastern Kentucky, we stayed dry. We stayed under those partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, and that allowed us to feel pretty warm today. And we are still feeling pretty warm. A lot of us still in the 70s. Check it out in Prestonsburg. They are still in the upper 70s, along with Pikeville, a little bit cooler as you head into Harlan County into those upper 60s, but overall still a very warm night. Over into Whitesburg, it's looking pretty calm out there. Not too much going downtown on Main Street. We do see a couple of cars passing by, but overall a pretty pleasant night over there. Your weather headlines for tonight. I will continue to break down your Memorial Day weekend forecast. It includes heat and humidity, but what about those rain chances? I'll break those down in just a little bit, Macy.
All right, thank you, Kelly. More dangerous weather is expected across the country this holiday weekend. At least 10 weather-related deaths have been reported so far. In parts of the South, the threat is not from storms or heat, but from record flooding. Larry Seward has the latest.
In Arkansas's second largest city, they're banking on sacks of sand, one last-ditch shield between hundreds of homes, and the rising Arkansas River expected to reach a record 41 feet on Monday.
Some people are freaking out and some people are acting like it ain't nothing.
And you?
I'm trying to be prepared. And I was a Boy Scout leader for years. Be prepared.
The raging river already pummeled parts of northeast Oklahoma. The town of Weber Falls is underwater, residents evacuated. In Muskogee, Oklahoma, officials predict catastrophic flooding. Jennifer Tanner can only wait and watch.
It's not easy to start over when everything you own is in one place, so you don't have anything.
Flooding forced the River Spirit Casino and other businesses in Tulsa, Oklahoma to close this Memorial Day weekend, the start of summer vacation season.
We have 1,600 employees, actually 1,800, and we had to send them all home. We'll be closed at least through Sunday, if maybe longer.
Severe weather hampered the Plains states for over a week. An outbreak forecasters see lasting into next week, possibly slowing cleanup.
Frankly, we're planning for the worst, but hoping and praying for the best.
Fort Smith officials warned residents in 3 low-lying communities they may have to leave. So neighbors pitched in with sand and worried what's to come.
There's a lot of children that's going to be without homes. I'm sure the food's going to be easy to provide for, but just having a place to call home again.
The National Weather Service says the Arkansas River here will surge some 19 feet above flood stage. That's about the height of a 2-story home. For CBS News, Larry Seward, Fort Smith, Arkansas.
The National Weather Service says the Arkansas River will surge some 19 feet above flood stage. That's about the height of a 2-story home. A plane crashed this morning on St. Simon's Island in Georgia. Local firefighters say the plane was coming from the Savannah International Airport. The pilot died, according to the FFA. He was the only person on board. Eyewitness video captured a dramatic fire on board a cargo ship in Thailand on Saturday. The video showed debris and thick smoke billowing into the air as a fire raged on board that cargo ship. Local media reported 50 people were hospitalized after the ship burst into flames following an explosion from one of its containers. A woman missing for more than 2 weeks in Hawaii has been found alive. The 35-year-old yoga instructor is recovering at a hospital following a helicopter rescue. Melissa Rainey has a closer look at the daring save and what rescuers are crediting for her survival.
A miraculous rescue. 2 weeks after a woman hiked into a forest in Hawaii and disappeared, she's been found alive.
We all look to our right and it's like, oh, look at that hiker. I was like, dude, what? And out of the woodwork, you see Amanda Eller, man, my friend.
Searchers combed the island of Maui for days, looking for 35-year-old Amanda Eller. From the air and on the ground, volunteers searched without any luck. That was until Friday when the yoga instructor was spotted. Rescuers looked down from their search helicopter and saw the woman between 2 waterfalls, waving her arms to get their attention.
It's like a movie, man, like a double take.
Rescuers airlifted her out to safety and took her to the hospital. She had lost 15 pounds and survived by foraging berries and drinking local water. She apparently got lost and injured in the forest. Amanda's mother says her leg was fractured and would require additional treatment, but says she's in surprisingly good shape.
Oh, I was crying with tears of joy. You know, I just am so incredibly grateful to have my girl home.
Her disappearance triggered a massive search and even a cash reward. But her family never gave up hope.
Even though at times, you know, I would have those moments of despair, I stayed strong for her because I knew that we would find her.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Rescuers credit her survival to her resourcefulness and experience as a yoga teacher and physical therapist. And still to come on Mountain News Weekend Edition. Today, family and friends of a little boy who died from a brain tumor came together, raising money for those fighting the disease. And if you are feeling lucky, well, Tuesday could be your day. No one claimed the jackpot Friday. We'll tell you what the prize is at now.
The heat and humidity will stick around for a while, but how about those rain chances? I will have the full forecast for you in just a few minutes.